You guys, welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. I hope you all had an amazing weekend. I hope you had a great Monday and it's off on the right track for y'all. So today, you guys, we are actually going to be stepping away from this and we are actually going to be doing some farmhouse home decor. So as most of you guys know, I am in the process of buying a house and we are closing on November 4th. So with these DIYs, I really thought about things that I wanted to see in our new homes, things that I could hang up and use when we get there and when Christmas is over. So the theme is basically what I'll be going off of when we start decorating for that. So I hope it's something you love. You guys know I always do polls and stuff and ask your opinions on what you guys want to see. And I try to work those different things into my videos. Of course, I can't make everybody happy, but I am trying my best here. So you guys, with that said, let's go ahead and jump into this farmhouse DIY video and make sure, if you guys are enjoying it, if you guys like it, please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with your friends and family because it really helps support your girls' channel out. All right, you guys, let's go hop into it. Of course, I gotta mess up at the end. All right, let's get into this. All right, y'all, here is DIY number one. I absolutely love this house. It's so sweet. It's petite. It's absolutely adorable. So let's show you how we can make this. So this is the medium-sized house from Dollar Tree. These little cute wreaths are from Hobby Lobby. I will either attach the item number or if I could find a link, I will attach that as well. So as usual, I have to try and take off paper, but you know what? Majority of it was stuck to the back of it. So it kind of did it for me. So as usual, I take my X-Acto knife and I'm going to go ahead and clean all of that glue up. We do not want any of that. Take our sticker off the back. It was pretty sticky, but you know what? We're going to paint over that. So who cares? All right, so I'm using Celery by Waverly, and at first I thought I wanted this completely covered, but as I was doing it, I was like, no, I never completely cover it. Let's make it rustic, make it look like it's worn, and so that I left it like that. And with that one, you guys, I'm just using my Dollar Tree paintbrush. Okay, look at how cute this little wreath is, you guys. So I'm taking, they're actually called Queen Anne's. I thought they were baby's breath. That's what I would have called them. But I'm taking these and then I'm just putting them in there. I'm not hot gluing. They just fit perfectly in there. Now do watch out because see how that one had like a total hole in the middle of it. So make sure you're grabbing those full ones. This DIY definitely like made me think of all the other DIYs that come after it. It definitely inspired the rest of my DIYs in this video. And these, you guys, these little wreaths, they come in a pretty big pack from Hobby Lobby. Okay, so I did make a decal, you guys. I mean, I think you could use other stickers from Dollar Tree or something if you wanted to spell out home or anything, but of course I had to be extra and put like a freaking paragraph on there, you know, but that's what I chose to do. So we hot glued the wreath on there. Then I'm going to go ahead and put the decal on. And I'm just using my Vinyl Ease transfer paper that is linked in my Amazon store down below in my description box. We're going to put that away, and the saying is so cute. And thank you for a house full of people I love. A home. Does it say house or home? House. Should say home. I should have changed that. And then, of course, you know, I got to cover my back, but yeah, girl forgot to do that in the first place. I should have done that before I stuck the wreath and everything on there, but I remember nonetheless, right? It's going to be like that one time I don't put it on that somebody would like pick it up and touch it and like look at it and be like, what's that all about? And then that's when I would fib and be like, oh, well, it came from Hobby Lobby and I got it discounted 70% off because it looks like that on the back. Just kidding, not really. Okay, so let's glue this. I'm using the bigger hot glue gun, not the detailed one, because the detailed little gun from Surebonder, it's not as hot, so it dries really fast. So I'm just taking my time, making sure I don't get it everywhere, and then just putting it right back on. I didn't paint the frame, nothing. just looked beautiful. I love that it looks natural. It is just so stinking cute. Look at you guys. Hello. Isn't that adorable? All right. I like, seriously, if you can't hear my voice, I love everything in this video. So I took a spindle, used my miter saw, cut it. It literally cut in the perfect spot. Then I stole those 2 pieces of wood from my husband. If they sit there longer than a week, then it's fair game. And then early American wood stain. So I chose the wood stain. I didn't want to leave these bare because I am going to basically like dry brush the paint on. So I definitely did not want raw wood. I wanted it to look similar to the spindles. And the spindles, all I did with those is I just cleaned them up with soap and water because I did get them from Facebook Marketplace. I mean, a long time ago. Actually, I got a huge box of them. Y'all, if you want to do this project, go to like your Habitat for Humanity, check Facebook Marketplace, because you can even buy like a chair, a dirt cheap off either of those places and just knock the spindles right out of them. So just keep that in mind. You could also use the glass ones from Dollar Tree. So right here, you guys, I'm trying to find my center point. Now, initially I thought I was going to stick a nail or a screw in these, but I could not find anything that was long enough to go through this piece of wood. So I keep doing it, and that's okay because it still helps your girl out, okay? So this is what you would do if you wanted to put like a nail or a screw through the bottom of your piece of wood to attach this spindle. But since I did not have either of those things, I chose to do wood glue and then of course hot glue because it just gives you that immediate hold right away so you could keep working on your project. And wood glue, you guys, that Gorilla wood glue, it holds up, okay? So, sorry, I just smacked my lips again. So I'm just making sure that all my sides are even so that I know what my center is, because obviously I didn't use the nail thing. That's fine. And right away, super cute. Already love them. I was almost like, how can we keep them like this? And I could have put those thin, skinny candles in there, but no. Okay, you guys, so I didn't film doing these. These are little round pieces. They're from Walmart, come in a 6-pack for like under $2. I initially was like, okay, let's just use one of these on there and glue it on top. Because before, I thought I was going to use a glass candle holder. Didn't like the way that looks. And then it was like a light bulb. Light bulb, ding, 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 ding. That's a bell, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm going to get these wood beads from Amazon. And we are going to glue those all around. Now this takes 19 beads is what I counted, and we're going to use our Amazon detail gun. You guys, I bought like 1,000-pack wooden beads from Amazon, and it seems kind of like you're overdoing it, 1,000 beads, but I really didn't know the sizes. I didn't know what 8mm bead looked like versus a 20. So I figured I'll buy the pack, see which ones I use the most, but I really have found that I use all of them. And it's definitely worth the price. It's under $20. Highly recommend them. For those of you that do not know, down below in the description box, I leave a link to my Amazon store, which has most of the items that I use in there. They are affiliate links, so I do get a small commission at no additional charge to you. I also leave timestamps so you can jump ahead to different projects. And then I also leave a detailed supply list on what I use for each DIY down below. So in case you didn't know, now you know. All right, so we're finishing this off. Again, took 19 beads, and then we are going to, sorry, dandruff, hello. All right, girl. And then let's put some hot glue on top of there. I don't think these beads are going anywhere, y'all. Sorry, the angle on my camera. Look, it's like a moon pie. You guys like moon pies? I like the chocolate ones cold. not the banana. No banana. Okay, so you guys, for the second one, so for the first one, I had a little bit of a space. So I was like, okay, let me space these out. But then it was too tight and I couldn't fit my last bead. So then I had to take them off and I had to try and put them closer together. Now, if this happens, you guys, make sure to peel the hot glue off of that ball because it will not sit even. And I feel like it doesn't take to the hot glue the same. So after reworking it, your girl figured it out and it fits like perfectly. I had to squeeze it just a little bit, but it worked. It worked. Okay. So super cute. I love these. Oh my gosh. Okay. Another moon pie sandwich done. And now we are going to attach the top. So E6000 here, E6000 hot glue. This E6000 was coming out everywhere except the tip. And I still have not gotten one of those like toothpaste rollers. I'm actually sending my husband today just to get me the mini little tubes, hoping that'll help. But seriously, that was horrible. So I would suggest putting this upside down like I finally do right here so that you can get the middle point of your candle holder. See, look, there's literally holes everywhere in this darn thing and none of it will come out. So you bet your booty that just went into the trash. Yeah, your girl was not messing around with that no more. I was peeling stuff off my fingers for like hours. So there it is. Now I'm taking plaster. I didn't want it stark white, but I didn't want cashew. I didn't want like the yellowy look to it. So I am just taking a 1-inch chippy brush and I am just going light on this. And suggestion, go with the grain of the wood when you're doing it. I just feel like it flows a little bit better. And then going up the sides, it kind of looks stripy right here, but I promise once like the top is done, it really comes together. Now I've seen these done on Pinterest and stuff, and I was so excited this is my first time making my own, and I was like, yes, girl, especially because I have tons of spindles, so I better do something with them, right? And then we're gonna go ahead and get those beads. Now those beads were left raw, so I didn't have to put much. I did not douse the beads with paint. You don't need to do that. Just go light on this. And then we're gonna brush it on top and on the bottom. Not like anybody's going to be like putting your candlesticks upside down, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, if you were making it for somebody else, I'd want a finished product. You know what I mean? So look at how gorgeous. And then we're going to repeat the step with this one. And y'all, I just can't believe how good this turned out. All right. As usual, you guys need to let me know which one is your favorite DIY out of all of these today, because I don't know if I could pick a favorite out. I think they're all beautiful. I feel like I pushed myself because obviously I said like I've never made these before, and there's a lot of things on here I've never made before on this video. So yeah, I'm super excited to show you guys. Look at that. It is so gorgeous. I can't get enough of it. And you can do these with any color, like even that green color, the celery that I used in the previous project, would look great on this wood color. All right, so now we are just going to finish these up. Not quite sure why I decided to take you through the entire process again on the second one, but you are welcome. It's beautiful, so you know. So look at how cute, you guys. Perfect. Absolute perfection. I cannot wait to show you how it looks all put together at the end, because just admire them. All right, you guys, are you ready for this sign? Your mind's gonna be blown. So the lady's name is Peppermint Cactus. That's the name of her channel, okay? That's where I'm getting this from, okay? So she gets a sponge from Dollar Tree. She says she cuts it in half, and she uses clear wax by Waverly, antique wax. Now, I've only watched like 2 of her videos. I think you can do any color like paint with it. You just have to have that clear wax, but I could be wrong. I'm not the pro. Like I said, this was one of those DIYs where I was like, oh my God, I got to try it like right away. So I went out and bought everything. So these are just the foam boards from Dollar Tree. Then I'm not cutting. I am just using a black pen and I am drawing 3-inch panels on these. Now she usually, what do you call it? She usually cuts like the panels and does them. But like I said, I've only seen 2 of her videos. So I don't know if she does like a bigger thing like this. But then she actually uses her acrylic nail and she punctures like almost holes so that they look like the knots of wood. I obviously don't have acrylic nails, so I used the top of this chalk pen and it actually worked really, really good. Now, however many you want, that's up to your preference. Okay, here we go. So we need some more clear wax here, and I feel like I can't tell you how much you're supposed to use because I have no idea. Totally playing around with this concept. I do feel like you need more of the clear wax than you do the antique wax. So I am blotting it on my plate, taking more of the clear wax here. And then I am going to be rubbing this not rubbing it. Yeah, basically rubbing it. So you're going to put some pressure wherever, like you see how my 2 fingers are in front. Right there, and I am just rubbing it on the foam board. I am not doing it in any particular way. I do suggest pushing your sponge into like where those little knots are gonna be so that they're not white. You wanna like deepen them, darken them up. I can tell you that she explains it a lot better. I will leave her link actually up above and in my description box for y'all to check out because her stuff is so amazing. Like, it is amazing. You would never know that it was fake wood. It's just mind blown. So as you can see, you can already see it coming together. And y'all know I work with wood. I do wood sign Wednesdays and I love my wood grain. I am very familiar with what it looks like. And as I'm doing this, I am just like a kid in a candy shop. Like, I am so excited with how this is turning out. I think this is just such a great way for other people that, you know, might not have access to wood. Wood also is raising in prices right now. And I just think it's just such a great alternative and it's so expensive. And you do not need to be a professional. This was my first time doing it, you guys, okay? First time. I didn't know how it was going to go. But I just saw her do this and I was so excited and knew I needed to show y'all this and share her page with you guys. Because I know y'all, when it's not Christmas, love the farmhouse DIYs. So this is something you definitely want to try out. So I am just cleaning up the top. I'm using a razor blade. She suggests using a razor blade, not an X-Acto knife, because it gives you a cleaner cut. So I made this huge decal on my Cameo. So Cameo cuts longer than 24 inches. That is why I use the Cameo. And y'all, check this out. Did you see that? Yes. Yes, queen. Ah, love you. Love you. Okay. So measuring this out. Sorry if you could hear my kids stomping around upstairs. Measuring this out, going slowly. And then I used another piece for my other decal. So this, you guys, is so cute. It is so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this actually worked out perfectly on the bottom. This obviously didn't fit entirely on my Cameo mat, but it lined up perfectly underneath that panel I had drawn. So it was nice. It was straight. My gosh. I get excited about a lot of things in my videos, but like this is so, I mean, like, look at how big this sign is. If I were to have made this sign this big, I believe it was 15 by 30 inches. It would have been it would have been pretty dang pricey. It would have been like $80 to $100 depending on what stain, what colors they wanted. And this was like next to nothing. $1 for the board. The sponge was $2. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Okay. I'll calm down. Sorry, you guys. All right. Finishing up this sign. I'm just in love. Look at this, you guys. We're going to be the greatest love story this town has ever seen. And I thought this would be perfect for our new home because we're going to be in a new town. So I just, look at that, you guys. Eee. Okay, the next DIY that I'm going to be showing you is just an added bonus because it was actually with the first like scrap piece of foam I used. It's the sign in the middle. And so she suggests to use a razor blade when cutting. Now, my first mistake, I left the ruler there and was trying to cut using that as my guide. No bueno. So draw your line and then cut it because it gives you like a flawless cut line. So here, this was my practice board, you guys, before I did the big giant one. So I was trying all different ways of putting those little knots in here, but it was just, it's so fun. It's so relaxing to do them and it's easy. This was my first board and I think it turned, look at that. It is so cool. Blown away, mind blown. Yep. Y'all are welcome. Go to her page right now. Or we'll watch my video first and then go to her page. Okay, so I'm cutting these in just 10-inch slats. We're gonna make like almost a planked sign here. I didn't want to waste it. It was too cute. You know what I'm saying? So just finding placement because they're kind of a little crooked. That's okay. And they're kind of really crooked on the sides. So using my advice, my own advice, I am drawing lines and then I will get the razor blade and cut that. And you guys, this is just those razor blades. You see the clip on the top right that I got at Dollar Tree and they came in a pack of 4 and I absolutely love them. I love that you can turn them around and then hide the razor part of it for safety. So yeah, get those. They're awesome. They're in the automotive section. So now we're going to flip this around. I am just taking popsicle sticks, or what are they? Tongue depressants, or we'll just call them craft sticks. We're taking the craft sticks and we're hot gluing them to the back so that we can keep these babies together. Oh, I just love this. I love this. And then I'm taking a sawtooth hanger that probably came off a Dollar Tree project, hot gluing that on so I can hang it if I choose to. And look at that, you guys. And this is a stencil. You guys, I'm sorry, I do not know the fonts of this. I had made this a long time ago for a client. And it's welded together in the Cameo, so I can't find out the fonts. So going slowly with this too. I chose to use the black on both of these because I just felt like it popped a little bit more with the brown color. And after we take that off, you guys, it is done. I did the love separately because I ripped the first one. There we go. Look at it. Ooh, it's so cute. Oh, okay. Let me know if you guys are going to try this down below. Let me know. And then send me a picture when you do try it. Okay, so next, y'all, we are going to make this adorable Farmhouse Chic wreath, which was so easy. So I got this wreath. I forget what it's called, you guys. But I had used this to make a baby mobile when I was pregnant with Waverly. Obviously, that went south. I cut all the little things off of it. This is actually fishing line. So we're going to cut all of that off. And y'all, you can use the wreaths from the Dollar Tree, but to be honest, this is from Hobby Lobby and they are super inexpensive with the 40% off coupon. So now I'm taking the lamb's ear from Walmart and I'm taking the Queen's Anne from the Dollar Tree. And again, I was inspired to do this wreath because of the one that we did in the beginning in the little house. So the ones from Walmart come in like 2 of these little picks in one for $2. And I'm going to go ahead and lay them out first before I start poking them in there. And that's what I also love about these wreaths. You don't have to hot glue anything because the stems like go into the branches so easily, but like so securely, if that makes any sense. So I'm probably cutting the stems of these down maybe like about an inch or so. And then you see how you just kind of wedge them in there, and then you can bend them around, kind of play around with the placement of them. Love these lamb's ear. Whenever I see them at Walmart, because they're kind of hit or miss, I always grab them. All right, so then with this Queen Anne's, I am taking all of the leaves off. I cut all of them off of like their actual bundle. And then I'm going to put around 3, because they come in like these little bunches. You see how they're bunched on one little strand? I'm going to take 3 of them in between each of the lamb's ear. And sorry, I'm out of frame right here, but I promise I don't stay that way. And I think that these like, well, Queen Anne's, I want to call them baby's breath, look so good from the Dollar Tree. I love them, and I've had them for a while now and just never found anything to do with it until now. And they are just so, like, this is so pretty, you guys. I love the way that this, I love it how everything turned out. What am I talking about? So here we go. Now we're making it a little bit more full, adding another one, so 3 total in between each of these lamb's ear. And again, not using any hot glue. And that's what's nice about these wreaths too, is that you can change them out because you have no hot glue. So once you're bored with this and you want to change it up, or you could even take like the baby's breath out and then replace it with seasonal flowers as the months go by. That's also a great idea too. So obsessed with this, obsessed. And you could use, what are the ones from, oh, I think this is called a Willow Wreath. Willow Wreath, yeah. They do make some like those, I don't know what they're called, from Dollar Tree. So you can use those too. I know they make the Skinny Willows wreaths too at Dollar Tree. They're just super thin. So look at, we're gonna fill this in just a little bit. Right here, yeah. That was kind of looking naked. Okay, there we go, you guys. Look at how gorgeous. Oh, it makes me so happy. Okay, I threw these in here because this was like on a whim. So like added bonus video. So these are the linen candles from Dollar Tree. And this is the tissue paper. You guys saw me use this tissue paper in the Farmhouse Vintage video. I'll link it down in the description box. So all I'm doing is putting my heat gun on. I am holding it there until I see it kind of get wet so that I know it's just melting just a little bit. And oh my gosh, this tissue paper just goes on and sticks to the candle so easily. I have seen this on Pinterest I don't know how many times, you guys, and I've always wanted to try it but was so intimidated for whatever reason. And it was so easy. Now you guys, imagine being able to do this on anything. On anything, with the Christmas tissue paper, with, I mean, anything. Imagine making like cute little birthday candles. I mean, not like the little stick birthday. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so now that we have that, I made sure that the seam where I connected it was pretty small too, because if you overlap the paper, it doesn't adhere as nicely. And then I just cut the ends off, and there you go. Look at how cute though. That does not look like it's tissue paper at all. Gorgeous. All right, you guys, those were all the DIYs. I hope that you guys loved this. I know it's a little different from the Christmas DIYs we're doing, but I thought that we all needed. All right, sorry, my kids came downstairs. Definitely a breakaway from the Christmas, but I definitely think that it was needed because I know not everybody celebrates the holidays. And hello, we want to make sure that we have this decor for after the holidays are over, right? And a lot of this stuff can be used during the fall and Thanksgiving season. And y'all, I'm just so excited. Again, let me know which one's your favorite. Make sure you go visit her page to see this faux wood paneling. And I hope you all have a good day. See you again on Wednesday.